In ancient Greece, the Lykaia, Greek, Lambda Upsilon Kappa Alpha Alpha, was an archaic festival with a secret ritual on the slopes of Mount Lykaia, Wolf Mountain, the tallest peak in rustic Arcadia. The rituals and myths of this primitive rite of passage centered upon an ancient threat of cannibalism and the possibility of a werewolf transformation for the epheboi, adolescent males, who were the participants. The festival occurred yearly, probably at the beginning of May. The epithet Lykaios, wolf Zeus, is assumed by Zeus only in connection with the Lykaia, which was the main Arcadian festival. Zeus had only a formal connection as patron of the ritual. In the founding myth of Lycaon's banquet for the gods that included the flesh of a human sacrifice, perhaps one of his sons, Nyctimus or his grandson, Argus, Zeus overturned the table and struck the house of Lycaon with a thunderbolt. His patronage at the Lykaia can have been little more than a formula. Long afterward, in the late 3rd century CE, the philosopher Porphyry reported that Theophrastus had compared the sacrifice of the Lykaia in Arcadia with Carthaginian sacrifices to Moloch. The ritual was nocturnal, to judge from the name of Nyctimus, Nyx, night, that was given to the son of Lycaeus and was killed and served up as part of the feast to Zeus. Rumors of the ceremony that circulated among other Greeks revolved around the theme of human sacrifice and cannibalism. According to Plato, a particular clan would gather on the mountain to make a sacrifice every 9 years to Zeus Lykaios, and a single morsel of human entrails would be intermingled with the animals. Whoever ate the human flesh was said to turn into a wolf, and could only regain human form if he did not eat again of human flesh until the next 9-year cycle had ended. The traveler Pausanias told of an Olympic boxing champion Dommarchus of Parasia, who had turned into a wolf at the sacrifice to Zeus Lykaios, and changed back into a man again in the 9th year thereafter, from which Walter Burkert affirms that, for Dommarchus to have successfully participated at least 9 years later, the participants in the ritual feast must have been Ephebes. There were several sites. At the summit on Mount Lycaon, Pausanias saw the ash pile altar to Zeus, but, as attending the rite was impossible, he was obliged to let it be as it is and as it was from the beginning. Near the ancient ash heap where the sacrifices took place was a forbidden precinct in which, allegedly, no shadows were ever cast. Anyone who entered would have to be sacrificed. There was the cave of Rhea, the Lykaia, where, according to local legend, Zeus was born, and was cared for by the nymphs. There were games associated with the satisfactory completion of the Lykaia, which were moved in the 4th century to Megalopolis. When it was founded in 371 BCE, Megalopolis was the first urbanization in rustic Arcadia. There the major temple was dedicated to Zeus Lykaios, though the Arcadians continued to sacrifice on the mountaintop to Pausanias' day, 2nd century CE. Modern archaeologists have found no trace of human remains among the sacrificial detritus, but recent discoveries at the mountaintop ash heap altar that Pausanias saw but was reluctant to pry into, reveal that it was much older than the classical Greeks themselves realized. Early 20th century excavations at the site had revealed nothing earlier than ca. 700 BCE, but the Greek-American interdisciplinary Mount Lycaon excavation and survey project excavated a trench and detected ritual presence at the site at the beginning of the 3rd millennium BCE, 1,000 years before Zeus was worshipped in Greece. A late Minoan rock crystal seal bearing the image of a bull was a notable surprise.